Let's move on to the North London derby, Hugh. Something that normally everyone's kind of licking their lips for, but what's strange in the things that I've sort of seen, read, and heard is that there's a sort of a gentle apathy maybe to this fixture that I don't think I've ever seen before. I feel like I've always looked at this derby as probably one of the most sort of hate-fueled derbies in the Premier League. There's such a strong feeling between these two fan bases. Yet this year, it feels a little bit weak to me. How are you feeling? Are you excited about it going into North London?
I enjoy the fixture itself. So I'm always excited about an Arsenal versus Tottenham match, usually because Spurs are pretty naive, go away from home, try to beat Arsenal, and it's quite an open game because they know how much it means to their fans. Usually they're not going for a trophy. So maybe they want to give their fans a little bit to say, yeah, we beat the Arsenal and they can go home happy because we know how long it's been since Tottenham Hotspur were lifting silverware. But this one feels like the most meaningless London derby North London derby for a long time, because what part of the Premier League table does it affect? When we get to the end of the season, yeah, okay, it's difficult to predict right now. Who knows which of these two clubs will go on a magnificent run, but you can't really see it happening right now. I mean, what are we talking about here? The 1 or 2 points that might affect the race for the top 8? Top 6, maybe.
Yeah. Currently it's for if Arsenal win, they could leapfrog up to at best 7th. I don't think that will happen though, because other teams will naturally obviously get points. Spurs, look, if they get a win, they could jump up to 5th. So there's stuff to play for. I get what you're saying. It's drifting. If you want to be cynical with it, it is drifting towards Crystal Palace versus Brighton, isn't it? A little bit.
I mean, I want to be excited. I am excited about it. There's going to be some good players on the show. But you look at Arsenal's team right now, I mean, it's a work in progress. And you can't believe that is a team that is going to get big results against the best teams in the Premier League at any point in this season. In fact, you think about the two teams you just mentioned, Crystal Palace and Brighton, and you imagine those two teams would probably give these two teams, a good game. That is the level right now. These are teams that might be mid-table at the end of the year. I like the new signings that have come in at Arsenal. I think they're already, that they've changed the dynamic at the team, and there seems to be a little bit more aggressive play and a little bit more desire in their starting lineup. The Tottenham team is probably more experienced in the Premier League. They just look disjointed right now. They're not getting the best out of their forwards, not getting the best out of their defense. Neither side can really defend that well. It might be a really good game at the weekend because of that reason. But it's not going to take them very far in terms of the overall Premier League picture. After 38 games, we are not going to be, I'm happy to hang my hat on this. We are not going to be mentioning amazing seasons for Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal. And that's sad, given the investment, given the players that are there at the two teams, and also the managers. A lot of people like these two guys, personally. Nuno Espirito Santo did great things at Wolves. Mikel Arteta was a likable player in the Premier League. It's clear he's got his heart in the right place. For me, it's just not clicking for him. And for Nuno, coming into a new team at Tottenham Hotspur, you want him to hit the ground running. And so far, it doesn't look like Tottenham have a lot in the tank. It's going to be a very, very difficult job for him. So it was all about keeping hold of Harry Kane. He's managed to do that. He doesn't look the same player, hasn't scored in the Premier League as yet. Maybe he's a little bit unhappy with being stuck at Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know. But they need to do something drastic to get the best out of him. They need to get him in the penalty area. I mean, how can you have a striker that good who's facing his own goal inside his own half the times he touches the ball? They need something extra. And I don't know where they're going to find it. I don't know if they're going to find it this weekend. I think Arsenal are better with Thomas Partey in that midfield. You can see that they've got sort of youthful vigor going forwards. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang needs to lead the line, needs to score goals in games like this, needs to find his best form as well, bear in mind. And if he does, I think Arsenal are a different prospect. That being said, if Kane has a great season and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang have great seasons, I still don't think either side figures in the top 4 picture, possibly the top 6 picture. And we're talking 25, 30 goals from each of those players to make that happen, which I think at this point in time, at least for Aubameyang, it's unlikely. And for Harry Kane, seeing how he started, it's unlikely to. So yeah, it's a difficult season ahead for both of these as far as I'm concerned.
On the pitch then, how does this game get won and who are the key players? What's the key battle?
Who wants it most? Old school, this one.
Come on.
It's a derby match. It should be, blood, guts, thunder. That's exactly what it should be.
Guts.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Check some guts in there, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. They should understand the meaning of this game. And for both of them who aren't playing well, it may well come down to who wants it most. And in games like this, this is why the Premier League is great sometimes, because I think we could see a really dramatic game. We could see both sides go for it. Absolutely nothing to lose. And of course, you get the adulation of the fans and the bragging rights if you win the game. So in particular, the first 45 minutes, why not? If Aaron Ramsdale's in goal and I'm Harry Kane, I'm peppering. I'm sorry. I mean, it's just like shotgun. I'm just letting it go every time I get a chance. Why wouldn't you? With all due respect, he hasn't even played that badly, Aaron Ramsdale, but it will be a high pressure situation for him. And a really big high pressure situation for him, for example, at this point in his career. He hasn't played for clubs who have played in a fixture with this level of scrutiny and feeling. So why not? And the other side is true as well. Whoever's in that defence for Tottenham Hotspur, they haven't played together much. You're going to try and get the best between Romero if he starts, or Sanchez and maybe Eric Dyer. There's some joy to be found there, isn't there? You've got to go for it. So I think the first half of this match could be brilliant. It's always dramatic. Tottenham take the lead. Arsenal come back. The atmosphere is great. And I think actually, sad as it is to say, these might be the best days of the season for either of these two sides, winning the derby. So why not go for it? Why not go for it? I think it's going to be again, another game, both teams scoring. And I think it'll be 2-1 to Spurs. I've got a feeling that Harry Kane and Tottenham Hotspur, they just have it together a little bit. I think it'll be a good game. I think Tottenham might get one of those rare away wins. How do you see it?
So Harry Kane, he's never not scored in back-to-back games against Arsenal. He's got 11 goals. So he's the all-time highest goal scorer in this fixture. I don't know, we're sort of changing personalities today. I think this is going to be horrific. I think this game is going to be so boring. I think this game will certainly be 0-0 at halftime. That's what Nuno does. I think Arteta will kind of be happy with that, just being solid in the first half. And I think that will continue. I think this will be 0-0. And I think there'll be sort of, no one will get what they want from it. There'll be the other side of it thinking, well, at least someone should have won, so someone can feel a bit better. No, I actually think they're going to draw, and I think it's going to, there'll be a sort of a fuming frustration after the end of this one, because again, Kane won't have scored, and Spurs aren't scoring goals. Arsenal aren't really scoring many goals, so it feels like a 0-0 for me. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Have I got it wrong? Has Hugh got it right? Let us know down below. Thanks so much, Hugh, for joining me. Thanks, guys, for joining me as well. We'll see you next time on ESPN's Football Forecast. Hi, guys. James Allcott here from ESPN's Football Forecast. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and you want to check out more, make sure you subscribe to ESPN UK.